But now it's CRR's turn. That one slips off his hood. AJG moves in.
Good to see a little bit of offense here coming out from Rule 1. This is Complexity's turn, however. CRR, that's a great touch. Is there a follow-up? Roas, huge clear down the other end.
Whoa.
And maybe an open net. AJG just scrambling back in time. Rule 1 making the most of these counter-attacks. They're so happy to sit deep in net and work it up the other end, try and catch Complexity out.
But you can see AJG was at his own back corner at the mid and at the opposing corner. None of the 100
What's up, guys?
pads were there for him.
I know, dude.
Almost
I'm
open
cheering for
again here.
Rule 1
AJG
right
has to
now.
cut rotation to grade 50. Rule 1. They're looking
What's up,
comfortable here
Ohan?
in offense,
Welcome.
but
Welcome
Complexity,
everyone
as
this
they do,
year.
they always
Hope
find a way to
guys
get
are
out.
having a good day.
Clears with boost over the top. AJG turns, tries to help out the defense. Rule 1, a little bit of a double commit, but it's going to work out. Still on offense here, still with the boost management, the boost usage. CRR with a great 50 clears, has to back
Dude,
up.
that's an actual team
Players will
name.
have
That's
some
an
space
actual
to
team.
work with, but he gets dunked on. That actually could have been disastrous. Still might be. AJG on 0 again. He has been running on fumes this entire game. Had he had a little bit of boost there, would have been able to get around it. But even on that dunk, that was almost enough to tie it up for Complexity.
Complexity just not really respecting the fact that could be we've got race to do it. Andrew, let's get the dunk. It's open. Is there anyone there? Is AJG going to come in?
Sunless Khan is the
Rule 1
creator
count
of
their
Rule
lucky
1.
stars. Maybe they can make something work.
Yeah, dude.
Down the other end here, Mawson circling.
It's
Race
Sunless
does
Khan
get the
who
clear.
created the team.
It's a bit of a midfield fight at the moment. The CRR throws it across. It's on target, just wide, however. Now Clears down the other end. He doesn't have any boost to work with. Complexity are getting control. This is what we saw in game number 1, James. Complexity, they just find a way back in.
Dr. D, your
Now CRR finds
favorite
boost.
pro is
He's being
Roas.
pressured. There's
Probably.
a demo. Another demo by Roas, who takes out 2. Mawson flicking around 1. CRR will be able to clear this one out. But another demo. Mawson and Rule 1 are on a demo spree.
Great touch as well from CRR, though. He's going for the bump. He's going for the handoff. Shot on net. The
Bro.
ball goes bang.
And we've seen this play multiple times now. Even Roas, you can see him trying to make adjustments in the air. But CRR had perfect vision, knew how to read the play, generating that shooting chance for Complexity, who have had multiple chances. Now they finally tie it up. And this is the same script from game 1. Rule 1 had the lead. Complexity tied it back up. They managed to score in 0 seconds. We'll see if Rule 1 can flip the script this go around.
Yeah, they'll want a goal probably just to ease the nerves. As you said, they'll be thinking about the demons of game number 1 here as CRR does get a clear, great link up with AJG. It's got to find Ray's ball, the hero of the ball. What can he do? Reverse pre-jump.
Yes.
Great touch as well. Can he get a second dunk? Forces a wide touch from AJG.
Good
That's
clear.
great play from Rule 1. There's, again, just so deep in net, but looking for the counter. Looking for that chance to push forward.
Boston will have to turn.
I wasn't.
AJG. Double tap, going for 50, perhaps, no. Clears. And with a nice pinch, this is going to shoot it back for CRR, making it a bit awkward. Reads the bounce, dodges the bump, gets the
Roas.
boost. Excellent work from CRR, but now needs support, finds it in AJG. AJG up to CRR. CRR off the backboard. Ray's ball going high. AJG will need to take the shot, but he didn't want to overcommit.
Nice.
And the attack fizzles out.
Keep going, Clears.
Again, it's Rule 1 just hanging in there, though, at the end of the game. Mawson does get a bit of space. Doesn't have any boost to work with. Can it be Rule 1 this time? Is CRR shot on net?
Let's go!
It's Mawson!
Let's go!
For Tack. A 0-second goal in game 1 for Complexity now. One with only 6 seconds on the clock for Mawson and Rule 1. We'll see if there's any kickoff strats in the
Never know.
for Complexity.
Here we go. What have they got here? It is a 50. It's a win to AJG. Surely not again. Mawson, great 50. CRR trying to push.
Let's go.
That ball will hit the ground. And Rule 1 will tie up this best of 7.
Admirable composure as well from Rule 1. This was the exact same situation that we saw in game 1 where Rule 1 fell, but now they're able to turn it around, and the physicality is on full display for Rule 1. There was the double demo from Roas. We saw so many good demos.
Best of 5 as well, I want to say. I was getting a bit excited with the best of 7s. We'll get those from the 3rd series onwards. But a great response there from Rule 1. That was fantastic showing. They had to start thinking about the game 1 demons, like we said. Once Complexity got the tie-up, they were pushing forward. They were looking for that winning goal. Maybe another 0-second goal. But Rule 1, they were clutch in the end, at the death.
Oh, they were. And just looking at the Mobile 1 high-performance replay, we saw a repeat of the Clears top 10 shot. Excellent power placement, precision. It was all there to get that one goal, but Complexity tying it back up. There were a few moments though, CJ, where both of us were a bit surprised that the rebound, there was no one there for Complexity to punch one of those goals in.
I think that's the intimidation from the Rule 1 counterattack though, because they all just are so happy to sit in net, and how quickly this Rule 1 team can get it down the other end. You just see a little bit of doubt from that second man from Complexity, and have a look at Clears there. This team.
Who do you guys think's gonna win this series?
Retired, ladies and gentlemen. I'm too old for this game. These guys are too quick. The reflexes are on point.
Already seeking the benefits of coffee, and you know they're caffeinated out there with the way they've been playing.
Here we go.
See if Complexity can now have an answer. They have not managed to score first yet. Rawas has been a menace with those demos. And there's an early goal. How does this one sneak through? It looked like there was a lead block attempt, but AJG finding a way to thread the needle.
It's CRR again. He was an absolute menace against NIP, and he cuts through front post, knocks the defender out of the way, and a goal out of nothing.
Well done by CRR. We see Complexity getting aggressive, finally managing to score first, and it's a quick one. It's another demo off ball by Mawson.
Right pass.
Rawas looking for Mawson after the demo. And now another demo. Clears taking out AJG.
It's absolute pandemonium here, an absolute demolition derby. Raisbull, what can he do? What goes off the post? That's a great pass. Saved
Holy
out.
crap,
Complexity
dude.
out of nowhere. Found another chance almost out of nothing. CR pushing forward. Rule 1 look for the counter. Here's the demos of physicality. Rule 1 say, we'll match you. If you want to be physical, we'll take it right up to these boys.
Oh, and you can see Mawson even going all the way down, stealing boost, going for bumps, landing demos. Well, we'll have to stop this shot. You can see him flip into it, trying to get there before Raisbull kicks off the ceiling. CRR with a bit of space, flip reset, broken up by Mawson. Rebound out to Raisbull, who pops it for AJG, and Mawson
it's open.
Tip it away.
It's open.
There's the demo, and there's the goal.
Kinda goofy.
Rule 1
What do you mean,
counter-attack, rinse and
Ohan?
repeat. You know they got to do it to you every single day of the week. CRR couldn't get back in time. The demo to secure the open net counter-attack. And Rule 1 this time of the team to level it up.
And you're seeing the effect that the demos are having.
Something -1. I have no idea
in
who
the
you
corners, so that even after the demos, when
But
they
thanks.
respawn, they can't get
Thanks,
boosted
man.
up. That really throws off the rotations for the opposing team. And you can tell Rule 1 has come into this series with a plan.
The thing with Rule 1 as well, they always just, they look a little bit awkward in defense. So if you Complexity, you do overcommit a touch, just thinking that, well, they're all out of position right now. They're all in the same spot, but the communication, the synergy from this team gets them out of trouble every single time. And they're going to have to do it again here as Complexity getting a free pass infield raise ball, but a great speed there from Rawas. He's got a one-on-one. He loves this situation. We know what he can do in that format.
And that was a good jump by CRR to shut down the play early. Now raise ball.
Holy crap.
I thought that was in. Mawson clearing it off the goal line. Through the smoke of the demo. It looked like it was going in before, and then after the smoke, it was out.
Oh, Rule 1, they are so good at defending right now. It's again halfway through game number 3 here. Rule 1 pushing forward. AJG's been bumped off it. Clears going off the sidewall. Can he get one more? He does. This could be a chance, but CRR's ready. Rule 1 keeping the ball in, keeping the boost, and still outpacing Complexity to the ball.
Man, that was a nice beat. Rule 1 looking so much more comfortable, finding each other in these tight spaces, working together both defensively and on the offensive side of the ball. See if that confidence continues to work out. There was a shot knocked aside by Raisbull. Raisbull trying to pinch that through. Clear slowing it down. Raisbull receives the pass, but you can see zero boost in the tank.
Now we're seeing a little bit of few holes right now in Complexity's defense. It's a one-on-one again. Rawas, he goes to the fake, he goes to 50. Raisbull clears.
No.
It's off the post. Rule 1 again, almost another chance. Complexity. They're looking like the team is showing. One-on-one again. Boston 50 straight away. Raisbull instant challenge, had to go, and he manned up there.
And that is a smart way to play it. Try to shut down the opportunity as fast as possible.
Oh my goodness.
Complexity are robbed.
Oh, Rule 1 just fighting for their lives right now in defense. AJG, it's a great pass across with 2 players here from Rule 1 ready. Complexity keeping the ball in, the low 50s coming in clutch for this meter team. It's another shot on net, Moss off the most, another follow-up, AJG, flip reset, what can he do? Khalils, Rule 1 have no boost, they've got nothing to work with, but they're holding on.
Neither does Complexity, and there's the shot!
No!
Off the elbow and out!
Let's go!
In Rule 1! It's been a war zone out there, but they find a way to finally break through the defensive lines of Complexity.
The underdogs taking it right up to this team right now. And Rule 1, what a defensive masterclass this has been in game number 3. And maybe off the kickoff again, Mossad goes to 50. Still in dangerous territory here for Complexity. Raisable trying to work the ball out, but the aggression, the confidence, this is what we saw from Rule 1 in the Power Series. When they started that reverse sweep, they are just a snowball that just keeps building bigger and bigger.
And there's a fake. Clears. Trying to get that opportunity
Come on,
for
guys.
Mossad.
Do you guys think I should create a league?
Another fragile
For, like,
one-goal
people?
lead for Rule 1. AJG's in reverse. This is awkward. Gets help from Raisable.
Like,
Raisable bumps CRR from behind. Complexity clearly not on the same page. They have been uncomfortable with the low boost situation they've been forced into by Rule 1.
Oh, great pass though to Raisable. Is this it? Rawas just gets back in time. 20 seconds left. Complexity need to throw everything. Throw the kitchen sink at this offense. CRR, he's going off the backboard, blocked out by Rawas. Is it going to be Rule 1 taking the lead in this series and moving on to match point?
It's looking like it, unless we see more magic from Complexity.
go on.
We saw 1-0 second goal already, and it looks like it will require another.
Still up. Not again. Not again, James. Over to Roseball. Pre-jump play. Double touch. Can he put it on target? Clears.
Oh my goodness.
Rule 1, match point.
Oh, the pre-jump play at 0 seconds from Complexity. You really have to love it, but still, even that was not enough to break through Rule 1. Rule 1, a defensive masterclass, like you said, CJ, but also Khalils has been stepping up for Rule 1.
The composure from Rule 1 has been
Yo, Dr.
phenomenal
D.
here. They have just
You guys think I should make like a league for people? Like, kind of like how 2J RLS was?
It's been in midfield, but they're still not double committing. They're still communicating that synergy, that trust in this team is nothing short of amazing. And look at the counterattacks down the other end. They've got that composure, and they have been clinical so far in this series.
They have been, and really, the demos have been making all the difference. We see it so many times from multiple players. The double demo from Rawas earlier. We saw Mostyn creep all the way down to Complexity's corner, steal their boost. Make sure no boost is at the mid. Took even his own back corner boost while getting bumps and demos along the way. We saw Raisable bumping into CRR. They just can't get settled. Complexity has been thrown into a loop by the way Rule 1 has been playing aggressive.
They look rattled right now in defense, and importantly, it's a best of 5. There's no timeouts. They don't have that extra minute to just recompose. Right now, Rule 1, all the momentum on match point. Off to Utopia. Can they get it done?
The desk heavily favoring Complexity. Turtle, I believe, the only one to have faith in Rule 1, along with the chat. Complexity, they managed to score first last game. That didn't really matter. Still took the L. Now we see CRR jumping early, getting a backboard pass to Raisable. Raisable swerving around, gets a bump. Chaotic defense here for Rule 1. We'll see if Complexity can exploit it.
CRR gets a touch across Raisable's pre-jump. He's thrown it on net. Gets the first on the board. Complexity backs against the wall, stepping up.
And these are the pre-jumps that we have seen in the past. We saw it in San Diego from Complexity, and we're seeing it again here in Boston.
Look at the confidence from Raisable as well. The trust, the pre-jump back post, catching Rule 1 out, getting that all-important first goal and the kickoff advantage as well. Mostyn's a little awkward. Does fake it out right now. Robust in trouble, but seemingly Rule 1, when they're in trouble, that's when they're most confident right now. They love the counter-attack. They love to be under threat, under a barrage from the opposition. Rawas lands on the touch and gets the beat as well. There's not much midfield game right now from Complexity. Khalils throws it across the pass now. Back to him. Couldn't quite find the target. Goes central. Is there anyone here? No, Mostyn backs it up. It's almost like they love being in defense, James.
Well, I mean, they haven't really had to play too much of it, but they have, when they are, they're buckling up quite nicely, blocking the shots. But the thing I've been most impressed with Rule 1 is when they break out, the chokehold that they can get in Complexity.
Roas now setting this down the line, a great beat out, but there it is, the third man from Complexity pushing forward. They want the offense, they want another one. Chain dashes, can't quite get the bump. Complexity now backing off, can Roas get to work? It's over the top of Raceball, it's on the backboard, AJG, triple commit. But they had to work it out there, Complexity. And now a counter-attack down the other end. CRR pops it over into the corner, tries to fake out Khalees, he's ready for it, and this is where Rule 1 seemingly just set up and try and catch Complexity overcommitting.
You got the twins both in close range working together. Like you said before, it looks like they're out of position. It looks like they're mixed up, but the communication from Rule 1 has been on point. Everyone on the same page. Now they're gonna have to break out more of this offense. Raceball, the flip reset, broken up by Khalees, sent to the other side. Mawson demoed, CRR lobbing one towards net. It was a little wide. That allows Roas to move upfield, gets a demo as well. Khalees with tons of boost, taking it back down. The drop pass, the shot, CRR!
Oh, it's wide, there it is, another one!
Again, CRR, back-to-back saves!
Where did he come from? Back post now, it's a counter-attack to
crap,
Raceball,
dude.
but he's got to back off, he's
Rule
got to
1
buy
better.
his time. Khalees goes low, Raceball lands again, Rule 1 pushing forward, CRR again.
Oh guys, I'll be right
Cadmus
back.
Shot on Martin. Mostyn, Rule 1, another shot, it's so far wide. Rule 1 getting a little bit desperate here, they've got a lot of time left, they're still going to have plenty of chances here, but they need to get to work.
They finally get some boost. CRR trying to power that pass. Mawson doesn't get the double to win off the ceiling. Raceball is in an awkward position, gets bumped on the return through the smoke. We couldn't see what happened, but you're seeing how much pressure Complexity's on. Another demo in the air, another shot, and another save for Complexity. CRR though, it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
CRR doing everything to keep this ball out of net, almost another double save. But in the end, could not get it to work, no boost. He was all out, had nothing left in the tank, literally, physically. And Rule 1 get the equaliser, they want to move on here. Keep that world spot for Nina alive, that other main event spot, another shot on net.
Let's go though.
Version 1 watching at home, starting to get a little nervous. If they could win this, who knows what they can do.
Rule 1 looked like a completely different team compared to yesterday. The confidence, the speed, the domination and the boost and demo game, but now a chance for Complexity. A fake from Raceball. Gets back down underneath, but now it's a numbers advantage for Rule 1. AJG trying to slow this down. The shot from CRR, rebound out to Raceball. Raceball went straight for net. It was a double commit, but it was good enough for Roas getting the block.
Oh, that's a great 50 and straight on net. CRR again has been a defensive beast. But Rule 1, they want one more. They've got the momentum so far. CRR and AJG so awkward. Khalees jumps in. There's a huge bump. AJG has to cut rotation. Grabs the corner boost and gets Complexity out of defense now. What's their counter-attack going to look like? Khalees with a great 50. Raceball throwing the shot on net. Roas rotates back. Rule 1 straight down the other end. Great 50 as well. This could be a shot coming through. Roas, has he got a friend in the middle? You betcha! It's Mostyn!
Let's go!
The boost starve works out once more. You can see AJG desperately go to the corner when he was needed in net. Raceball wasn't able to get wide enough, and Rule 1 take the lead with a matter of seconds left. This would be an upset over Complexity.
Top 6 on the line. Rule 1 want to take it with both hands right now. Mostyn a great pre-jump. CRR, that caught him out. Can Rule 1 put the nail in the coffin? Is it going to be Khalees? Goes high, Roas. He's there. He buries it. Oh, it's wide. Another counter-attack. 9 seconds. The air dribble bump. Can Khalees help out? You betcha. Raceball's there. Everyone from Complexity throwing everything at him. But that is going to be it.
Let's go.
3-1.
Rule 1 knock Complexity out of the Boston Major. And this is a stunning result. Rule 1. The underdogs, Complexity, looked like they would be the favorites. It was surprising to even see them down here after their near victory over Vitality. And you thought Complexity, with the performances they had, taking down Liquid, almost taking down Vitality, that they had a great shot at making it back to the grand finals with how they were playing. And for their journey to stop here against Rule 1, it is mind-blowing.
James, there's only one North American team left in this bracket. And Rule 1, they are top 6. They are one series away from bringing over Twisted Minds, their friends from MENA, 2 worlds, locking in a main event spot, which means that V1 will not be at the door. One more series. What a showing from this team.
Oh, my, that was exciting. I mean, early on, it looked like Complexity was going to be able to rally. We saw the 0-second goal from AJG. It looked like it was a brief moment of redemption. If you're thinking about the script, you're thinking, oh, AJG, he made up for missing the shot against Vitality. He scored this 0-second winner. Complexity's gonna breeze through Rule 1. They're gonna make the lower bracket run. But no, it was not in the cards for Complexity.
I mean, even game 4 CRR, the defensive showing, you know, if you're Rule 1, you're thinking maybe it is not meant to be. We can't find a way through this defense. But they kept pushing forward and they got those opportunities. This side is looking so impressive on land debut.
And it was a heroic effort on the goal line from CRR. But the overwhelming pressure, the overwhelming demos, and the overwhelming performance by Rule 1 was too much. And to talk about that series, we've got Mo down on the main stage.
The underdogs are from a shaky kind of performance on the first day, moving into a full confidence, taking down Complexity. You are right now in the inner circle for the majors, and you guys have played what I believe to be one of the best matches of Rule 1 I've ever seen in the regionals, outside the regionals, and this is major we are talking about. How are you feeling and how you guys managed to make it?
احسب وحده من افضل الجولات اللي انتم لعبتوها على الاطلاق بالنسبه لرول 1 وبالميجر هي كانت. كيف شعورك تجاه الجوله وكيف حسنتوا تحصلوا هي النتيجه؟
اول شيء الحمد لله على الفوز، صراحه هذه استعدادات البوت كامب حقنا، نشكر صراحه فريقنا انهم سمحوا لنا الفرصه ان نجي نتدرب قبل البطوله بفتره تعتبر طويله، والحمد لله يعني الفريق كومبلكسيتي كان اكثر فريق يمكن احنا متجهزين نلعب ضده، لان كنا نلعب ضدهم سكريمز كثير ولعبنا ضدهم شو ماتش بعد. وصراحه اشكر الشباب على مستواهم، هذا المستوى اللي كنا متوقعين نطلع فيه من اليوم الاول، بس الحمد لله يعني.
Thanks to the team for the amazing performance. This is the performance we were wanting from day one, basically. Of course, we came earlier to the majors, previous to the majors, and we did a lot of scrims. So we prepared specifically for
what did he even
That's
say?
the most team we prepared for. And thanks God, we got these results. You're playing in front of the crowds. The first time for the boys to get actually a game in front of the crowds. How does it feel with the crowd cheering for you guys? And how it feels you?
اكيد انه شعور صراحه جدا جميل، والشباب كانوا مره متحمسين يلعبون ضدك عند الكراود عفوا، وصراحه اتمنى انهم يكملون تشجيع لنا، وحاب اقول لهم ان السبرينج ميجر والمينا ميجر.
Spring Major is a MENA Major. Thanks for the crowd, of course. He's excited as the boys playing in front of the crowd. That is so loud. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Top 6. And your next match is going to be Moist or Carmen. How do you feel about it? Which one do you seek basically to face?
صراحة أي واحد ممكن يجي عادي راح يكون جاهزين له بإذن الله، بس أتوقع إنه راح يكون فريق مويست وبإذن الله راح نفوز احنا.
We are prepared for both of the teams. We expect to be moist, and we are definitely prepared for them to take them down. Well, that was Crisper, the coach from Rule 1. The boys looking confident, and we are definitely excited to see you next, guys. Thank you for your time. Good luck for the next match. Back to the desk.
Continuing to defy the odds and sending another North American team home, Rule 1 has made a top 6 finish.
Spring major debuts. We saw it last year with Falcons with the full roster. It was their first time. They made it to the grand finals. Rule 1 wants to do the same exact thing. And honestly, like after that match, we said Complexity was the best team in the lower bracket, and Rule 1 just took them down.
Yeah, that's the best Rule 1 has looked the whole entire weekend. Crusper said it best. That's the team that everybody expected to see coming in. They had the reverse sweep power yesterday. Looking a little shaky, but this whole entire
series.
Look at that shot.
Insane. Like, that's the game complexity one. A 0-second underneath the 2. And after that, it was just all Rule 1.
We all knew what Rule 1 would be capable of, but we did question if they could do it, not only on the stage, but when it is loud in the arena, when everyone is cheering everything around you. After a performance like that, you've got to be going into their next when you're thinking whoever they play against in that lower bracket, off a team coming off a loss, Rule 1 will be the favorite.
It's not even just that could they do it in front of the crowd. They did it in front of the crowd against a North American team that hit a buzzer beater to beat them in game 1. That's the best way this could have started, and they rallied to finish it off.
It's ridiculous. We always question for these brand new teams stepping up, have you got the mentality to do it? It's so easy to go into rank to play, to go into scrims to play. Regional tournaments gets a little bit more difficult. And then you go to here. Completely different ball game entirely, and Rule 1 prove they belong.
And the entertainment of that series alone, that was one of the most entertaining series we've seen all weekend, and it's perfect because now we got the crowd here.
Oh, you guys were blessed with that series. This time we're starting the day. My goodness, I can't wait to see where we go next, folks. Here's the bracket as it stands after the completion of the first game on day 3. Rule 1 is through to the lower quarterfinals. We'll be playing through the rest of these matches you see highlighted here today. We'll see the next lower round matchup next, and then we'll be jumping back to the upper bracket, finally getting the big European dogs on the stage.
I mean, we've been talking to some of these guys from the European side. They got the whole of yesterday off.
They did.
They were just chilling. I mean, they still came to the venue. They were still here to watch everybody play, but who knows? I mean, it's been a couple of days now, and for Moist K-Corp, I mean, Moist just seem to have that weird X factor, don't they? Online, they're a completely different team to when we get them onto the stage. And it's still a run back from my favorite match from the Rotterdam Major. The crowd was completely split. K-Corp fans versus Moist fans.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets the run back win.
Be great. The content creator clash. It's going to be an excellent event, folks. We got a quick break here, but when we come back, North America's last hope takes to the stage to take on Liquid, folks. It's going to be a big one. Complexity versus Rule 1. What a matchup it was. Hope the rest of the day lives up to the hype.
BDS should be down.
Double match point on the line. Fury and Moist, 5 minutes away from discovering.
Play RL for like 9 minutes. I'll do one freeze game. rlcs has inspired me. Holy crap. Why is my team playing like it's rlcs? Let's go! Goodness. I have no idea. I hope G. No, I mean, I think Liquid is gonna win. Play Octane? Maybe. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys will, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. That's because we're on the road to 500 subscribers. I have no idea. Conrad. Yeah, I'll start watching after this game for you guys. If you guys are new here and like my content, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers.
America, if he just decides to take it out, we can try it out for a game, maybe give us a game, you know. But Addo, he has been playing really phenomenal on the Fennec, and then a Chronic. His birthday was yesterday. He had a pretty great birthday, making it all the way to today.
Yo, me and the Chronic have the same birthday.
He's been looking good the whole entire weekend. Look at the charisma. The Liquid, one of the teams I think that a lot of North Americans, a lot of people across the world all love the Root for.
They just have so much fun. Can we talk about how unfair it is, by the way, for every other team that's to do a face-to-face against this team? Team Liquid are giants. Every time we have to do a face-to-face, you can see poor Jack, he's trying to face forward. He's facing the chest of Oski, okay?
He's a big man.
It's got to be why they put him out there for that. Well, on the other side, a team that doesn't need an introduction, but we're giving one anyways.
And their opponent, representing North America, your fall major champions, Gen G!
are getting louder, starting to erupt. It's giving a Cloud9 edge. 5 in the arena. Gen G, fall major champions. They have the last remaining American on their team, and Noli and Abjack, they're honoring Americans today. They want the home crowd. Give it up for the boys. They're already standing up. They're locked and loaded, and it's time to make the run.
And Gen G, a huge risk. 2 players coming over through Europe. They pick up a bubble player in Chronic, and it has paid off. The #1 seed in North America to go into the World Championship, but they want more. They want to be 2-time major champions.
You couldn't have got 2 better players to join Chronic. There are people out there that wither, and there are people out there that thrive when the spotlight is on him. Apparently, Jack, he wants to thrive.
One of the crowd favorites, no matter where he is in the world. He's been a grinder, always has his head down, always stays low, and just keeps getting better. Play for Dignitas. They didn't get where he wanted. Hopped the pond and said, let me pick up this young bubble player in Chronic, and the results have spoken for themselves.
And he's had a fantastic tournament. 1 goal per game, shooting 30%. But Nolly, the player that plays off the ball better than anyone in Rocket League. He's going to go for the demos. He's going to go for those clean passes. He's the X factor on this Gen G squad.
Liverpool represented on the stage. Nolly, the player that might have taken the big risk out of this trio, and it has paid off in spades, and it's a player for maybe the first time in a long time where those small details are being noticed so much. Usually that player gets put to the wayside. Everyone notices when Nolly steps up.
They have made quite the run here in Boston, falling to the lower bracket after a 4-game loss to BDS, but then a 4-game win over Crew, followed up by a 5-game nail-biter against Space Station. Puts Gen G up against Liquid in this match.
And we talk about it like Team Liquid. Everyone said that Europe has 4 amazing teams. Team Liquid was part of that conversation, but they were the only European team to lose in this tournament so far. They want to right those wrongs here and take down the last North American team.
And they get their revenge against North America as well. Started off, they're 0-4, beat Optic, now they're 1-4. But it's something to be said, Optic's probably not necessarily on a Team Liquid level. Liquid, when they're at LAN and they play somebody akin to them, they tend to lose. So it's going to be interesting to see how they step up in this matchup against Gen G.
One of those things as well. I'm gonna have to sort of talk from the European side as well, because for Europe, this is the verge of the best possible result. If they win this, 5 teams in the top 6. That is unheard of, unthinkable. You could have asked anyone, the most biased possible person, what do you think will happen? No one would have gone for 5 out of 6.
5 out of 6, and the 6th is the Middle East. Not North America, not South America, not OCE. Newest regions coming up hot. It's crazy to think about, but my goodness. Do you think that Liquid feels the pressure? They're the one European team that isn't in the upper bracket. They're the one European team that's not currently in the top 6. Do they feel that like we've got to prove that we're up there too?
So I think they feel the pressure in terms of, we don't care that it's EU versus NA. They want to prove to themselves that they can win those big matches, because they've always made top 8 and then kind of just floundered out. They want to be world championship contenders. They have to have a good tournament here to get that experience.
Look, the EU versus NA thing is usually mostly for us and the fans. The European teams don't tend to like each other that much. They always want to be the best. There is no other choice. We'll be talking about how it's 5 out of the 6 being Europe. Team Liquid will be thinking, well, who cares? We're not #1 yet.
Yeah, and Gen G, this is also something. They got a little chip on their shoulder. Abjack and Noli, they weren't getting that good of offers over there in EU, so they left to NA. They picked up a bubble player, so they want to prove to a team like Liquid, who already had their whole entire squad, who wasn't giving them a chance, that listen, we're better than you. We're here to play, and we're here to stay.
I just wonder if it's in the back of Liquid's mind. They're like, I'm not trying to prove that we're better than NA in this match. I'm trying to prove that we're as good as the rest of EU, as a one team down here. And if they're thinking about that at all, it's going to be bad news if NA comes out of the gates hot in game 1 and they realize, oh wait, we're not playing the rest of EU. We got to take on Abjack, Nolly, and Chronic right now.
Over on the Gen G side, it's one of those things that we've been considering for a long time as well regarding this format, because it is a long season.
It is.
And the important thing is to not peak too early. Gen G were at the very peak for the start of the season. They were setting records for grand finals, but they were setting the records when a world championship wasn't around the corner.
It's the next thing after Boston here, folks. Speaking of competitions, Bates and Gibbs, you guys are dead even. We're over halfway through, and you're still no one ahead of the other.
That might change here, I think.
You think so?
I have a good feeling. Me and Bates are going opposite.
I'm moving ahead of them this time around.
Okay, well, folks, we're going to get our votes in chat. We want to know how you guys feel about it and how we feel about it up here on the desk. Get your votes out. Hashtag TL, hashtag GGM1. Shogun, I'm going to let you and I go first, so Gibbs and Bates can have the floor. Who you got?
I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go Gen G.
Really?
I'm absolutely going Gen G.
Okay.
I feel like they will be thriving in this sort of environment. I think this is an online match. I do think it goes the opposite way, but it's not an online match. It's in front of the crowds, it's in front of the light.
It is.
That is where players like apparently Jack like to thrive.
Oh, he's already thriving. You've seen it. Give me Gen G on this one as well. We're dead even here. Gibbs, you go first.
I'll be happy to play the villain card. I'm going Team Liquid. I believe that they can pull this off. I want to see the perfect European major.
That's why I didn't.
I believe it happens. Yeah, it's fine.
I wonder which way Bates is going.
And you betrayed your own country. You should be ashamed of yourself. Of course I'm wrong with Gen G. Again, it should better get loud because it's time for North America to make the run alongside with the 2 Europeans on the roster as well. Gen G takes out Liquid in 5, and it's just going to keep rolling from there.
My goodness. They're the favorites on the desk. How does chat feel about it at home? They've been popular in chat, but Liquid's got a lot of fans. I see Liquid jerseys directly in front of me right now. Let's take a look at it here. Oh my goodness, Gen G.
62, that's not enough. I need 70.
One to two favorites in chat. Is Liquid actually an underdog, or is they just abject that popular?
I would say they're underdogs.
Really?
Not by much. I think it's 55-45. I think it's very, very, very close. But Gen G, they are fall major champions. They know how to play in front of a crowd. Team Liquid needs to get over that last hurdle. Yeah. And if they do that right here, then they have a chance to become favorites. But for now, you have to go over land history. You have to go Gen G.
Folks, the day is underway, and we've already sent one team home. How about it, folks? We're going to continue to do that. Another joins the fallen right now. The tension hangs in the air. You can nearly taste it on your tongue. You can taste the anticipation for this match. The force of nature, a tidal wave roaring down upon North America's last hope. Chronic carries the weight of the nation. Jack and Noli are in the wings. They're fighting to play another day. Liquid versus Gen G to stay alive in Boston.
The venue is starting to fill up here in Boston. Wavepunk said it best. We've said farewell to complexity, but now the moment comes to uncover who will be joining them. Up next is Gen G, Team Liquid. One moves on, one goes home.
Pack your bags, start your engines. Both squads have qualified for Worlds.
Oh no.
And off the kickoff, we get things going in an interesting fashion.
A disastrous start for Team Liquid. Straight through the kickoff, a Chronic was cheating, turn left. A so slow rotation. Of course he's gonna go for the boost, doesn't expect it, and Gen G strike first.
Under these bright lights, the mistakes will cost you as Liquid concede early. And for Gen G, the stat comes down to this. They win 80% of their games when they score first. And they're gonna need that stat to continue. As early on, the pressure was there, but through the backline, Noli's so good on the off-ball offense, getting the clear pack out for Gen G to spread.
But I mean, if I'm honest, I have a lot of confidence in Team Liquid. They've shattered their 4-series loss streak against North America by taking down Optic, and they did it in Game 5. They clutched out. Chronic clutches out here with a shot, crossbarring out, gives it to Abjack, and we've already got a 2-0 lead.
Oh, they're one of the best teams when it comes to setting each other up, and they love the team plays combining for the pinch off the crossbar, and the follow-up's good from the third man. Team Liquid down very early, and they're gonna have to restabilize because Gen G are rolling.
And it's such a good sign for Gen G to start out with some team play. Statistically, they're so well-rounded, and they were against Space Station Gaming, 50% goal participation across the board. All three players on this orange side know how to pass the ball, have the chemistry, and can execute.
Liquid battling their way here through a gauntlet. They stomp out Elevate in the sweep, handle Optic Gaming on Champions Field. They know what it takes to go the distance, but against Gen G, a major champion in their own right, it's gonna be tough. A minute burned here, 60 seconds off the clock, and so far a bit of fanfare. Gen G up 2-0 and working through the midfield yet again.
Noli, good work in the midfield.
hovers off the backboard, trying to apply pressure against the Chronic. Liquid haven't been playing too much offense, but now they get their engine started with Oski flip reset attempt. The Chronic crashes through, looking to start this form of possession, but immediately overturned.
And 2 stacking for Liquid. They were worried about that push through the corner, but immediately a takeaway as the toe plays it to the center box. Oski crashing in, and this is where Gen G have to be careful. When Liquid start to get mechanical in the ceiling, towards the air, pushing the backboard, the pace kicks up, and they find those infield passes. A toe up top, looking for the double tap. It might be good, but the crash down on the backboard.
And he caused the double commit through Gen G's defense. You'd think that apply a little bit of pressure, but they have equalized and stabilized, rather, in their rotations. Abject dodges a demo. And speaking of demos, it's going to be a demolition derby for Ato. This man has the most demos in the tournament so far, 35 to his name. Looking off the backward, Noli, pass to Abject. It is 3-0, and we're not even at the halfway point.
Another mistake from Liquid, but the captain from Gen G. Right place, right time, right leader. A 3-0 lead. We're not even halfway done.
This is why the desk talked about Gen G in this environment, with this crowd supporting North America. Chronic is the lone survivor representing the US right now. And this is a lights out start in game number 1. They have got security for days. It's just about holding it down on defense.
5 shots for Gen G, 5 for Liquid. It's been back and forth, but it's been all the pressure from the boys in orange. They move into the blue half. Ato trying to clear lane and will do so now. Conquering through this side is Noli. Looking for the clear, and for a moment, you start to breathe if you're Liquid, getting some presence back in the midfield. The respect certainly there against Gen G. But you are looking yet again for the mechanics to step up. Liquid down by 3, and they need a goal in the next couple of moments.
And Noli already on the scoreboard with 2 assists, putting in work on the opposite side. And for me, that's another great sign from Gen G as Abject getting physical, more space. Ato returns the favor with a demo of his own, but they have got a mountain to climb. Team Liquid, 3 goals needed, under 2 minutes left.
So much trust in the back pass, but Ato's on the field. A Chronic in a 1v1, big block from Chronic.
That's off the backboard. Noli, huge clear. Abject, right wing, shot, fires, and scores!
Big step up from the captain. Noli with a ridiculous clear. And downfield, the handoff, the security. 4-0, Gen G in game 1.
Look at the speed of that counterattack, that transition. You've got Abject creeping forward. Noli launches it on the bazooka, and it's 5-0.
It's a blistering beatdown yet again. The kickoff goes against Team Liquid, and Chronic, the only American left in the tournament, standing up for his country.
Absolutely totaled the defense of Team Liquid in game 1. This is the Gen G that we saw at the Fall Major. They went to the grand finals, they took a dub, and now they won another one.
Do Liquid realize we're playing the best of 5 in the lower bracket? They're getting stopped. No one else is around, and this is the pacing that Gen G bring on days like this. It's been so long since they've been in this position. They're major champions, a disappointing San Diego major, and they know what this series means. They know what the lower bracket requires. They are stepping up and absolutely dominating Liquid.
But we have seen teams come out swinging in the first game, put up a ridiculous amount of goals, but then flatten, fizzle out. Will that happen to Gen G in game 2? The hardest thing in Rocket League, especially at this level, is carrying that momentum and trying to repeat the same performance. Gen G double commits, they've got confidence for days.
You're more than happy to leave that double commit when you're up 6-0. You have resources to work with here,
man,
with boost to burn as well. Restabilizing backboard, finally Liquid get on the board.
And this is important, under a minute left, Team Liquid. It might
yeah,
seem
I'm
like
here.
they're
There's
not
gonna be a
fighting,
Brazil.
just breaking through the defense and allowing themselves to get on the board will bring them a little bit more confidence in game 2, and that's necessary after a beatdown in game 1.
And as difficult as it is, Liquid have to find a way to block out the noise, both in-game and out. They cannot afford to get behind. Yes. Keeping pace with Gen G is so crucial, but Liquid are more than capable of doing so. For Gen G, it just comes down to the small things, and the team play that got them towards this point is carrying them in game 1.
And how do you not feel the pressure? You're up against the favorites right now in front of the crowd. Every goal that got scored on you 6 times in this game you just hear the roar of Boston. And right now, they love being the evil villains, putting up 2 goals, still not enough. But they are getting warmed up, and this is what I'm talking about. Maintaining that peaking performance out of Gen G will be difficult.
And building some momentum going into game 2. If game 1's a wash, so be it, but you want something on the board to show. Proof of concept for the results so far. A nice response, 2 unanswered for Liquid, but still a 4-goal deficit, under 50 to play, make it half. And add potential own goal is still escape for the moment. Akronic able to get it back out to the midfield now. Foot raise, Tau in front. And he'll fall back to the corner. You're playing with your food here for Abjack, just killing time.
And you can feel a slight shift out of Team Liquid, building themselves out more, carrying the ball between each other, finding passes like this from Atoa. Chronic had pre-jumped already. Oski double commit. Final few seconds. Game 1. A shocking performance from Gen G as they obliterate Liquid.
I mean, if you've seen Gen G at their best, this is not surprising, but for Liquid, who are so good, for how consistent they've been in Europe, and for the practice they've had, it's a bit of a blowout, to say the least, in a very necessary Game 2 coming up.
And this is a rematch all the way back in the Fall Major. If you remember, Team Liquid were the team that was closest to taking down Gen G. Nobody else in that playoff bracket took them to Game 7.
That was
besides
crazy
Team Liquid. And they actually got to match point first. We'll see if they can close it out as we take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. So many replay shots, so many highlight reels from Gen G. And we'll see if they can keep it going.
And it was just the spacing at midfield. Those counterattacks were easy because Noli was uncontested. Keeping skates and keeping pace alongside Liquid, it was really tough. You had to find a way to get pressure back onto the counterattacks. It didn't happen. Gen G had so much space to work with, and because of it, they were successful for multiple goals.
And now the crowd, like I said, it's getting louder and louder. People are infiltrating this venue and screaming for, of course, their favorites. Game 2. Liquid, they've got all the work cut out for them as they've got to adjust, reorganize, and get themselves back on offense.
Here we go. Liquid trying to tie up this series.
I kind of hope Liquid just comes
looking
back.
to put it on match point. Best of 5 still. Best of 7's coming tomorrow. But for the moment, this lower bracket's been as tense as ever. And opening things off with a demo, and an opening shot from Chronic.
Every single game, they just come out with the precise shots, the precise passes, and know how to get the work done.
And it's the chain of events, the 50, the kickoff, the demo, working together. They're cooking something nice in the kitchen from Gen G. And my goodness, is it paying off early? The dividends are out, and they are wealthy.
And that's Abjack coming through. Huge assist there, setting up the team. These kickoffs, man, have been eating Team Liquid alive. The second one did work out, holding up some offensive pressure. Noli wants a double tap, and you can feel the confidence keeps on brewing for Gen G as they look for more and more mechanicals.
Patience on the goal line from Abjack. He'll try to escape to the midfield for the moment, and here we go. Couple of contests that lead way forward. Point man rotates out, boost now up, Chronic getting the challenge.
Oski,
Noli the only one back, and he's able to fight off the ball. Fall off from Liquid, back shot from Oski, and that was beautiful.
And they
hey,
yo! Early. This isn't a
back
5-0
shot
lead from Gen G. They've tied it up. Team Liquid are back, and they're putting on shots.
It's the kind of response you want to see early. Equalizer coming in with under a minute burned here in Game 2. All tied up, Liquid have life.
Both teams have secured a spot at the World Championship. For Team Liquid, they can secure a number 2 seed in competition with Vitality moving forward into the main event. But you've got to set your sights on this major, on Boston. From the backboard, that man, he's getting deadlier.
He overcommitted upfield for about 20 seconds, was stealing boost out of the back pockets of Gen G, making it more difficult to fight through that goal line press. Great awareness from Liquid to keep pressure up on Gen G off the backboard. Self-serve, misses the touch, but Chronic gonna try to play it low, back down to the ground. Oski doing his best, but will clear out one and leave it back to Liquid on the breast.
But this is starting to look like every series that we've been following along with for Team Liquid. They're setting up this offensive powerhouse, trapping the ball, winning challenges in the midfield. And for the first time in what feels like a little over a minute, Gen.G bounced back, but for how long? Because here they are back on the defense.
And you're starting to see the hesitation from Gen.G. Appjack wasn't sure how he wanted to play it down, was waiting for the initial push, looking for the 50, but here comes Liquid. Moving through the corners. A play back to Appjack. They'll track it. Into the ceiling we go. There's the clear for Gen.G and a necessary one.
Ato, good control. First touch allows him to set up a better 50-50 for a Chronic, but the speed from Chronic himself. Grabs the midfield boost, double commit. It looked like an illusion, didn't know who's gonna take the shot. Noli still keeps it in the corner. This is the best look for Gen.G in a while. The ball trickles out in front of the net.
Chronic's up.
Nobody was ready. A demo comes through, and Oski has Liquid's back.
As long as there's space upfield in the offensive third, Chronic's gonna move, and Noli's hunting. He's looking for bumps, he's looking for demos, making it difficult for Liquid to stack. The Turtle defense won't work out this time. More pressure from Liquid towards the backboard. Oski gonna catch around one, the 1v1, and the lead for Liquid.
Look at the control from Oski. Not only do you have this great pressure applied from Ato and then a big miss from Appjack, but that first touch out of Oski, he could have fired early. He could have gone for the initial shot, but he kept it to himself, forced the goalkeeper to dive early, and saw the opening, hit his mark. Team Liquid, even after getting beaten and bruised in game number 1, they've responded.
No acquiescence when the pressure's on from Liquid. They have done a great job at responding here on Forbidden Temple. 2 minutes to go. Here comes apparently Jack.
It's over.
Top bar. A little bit wide, and here goes the follow-up. Chronic sneaks it through. I don't know how that one got in, but Liquid were unaware.
And this was a perfect follow-up. Appjack smacked it off the backboard, and look at the respect from Team Liquid. Everybody thought he was going to put it on target. 2 players dove to get the corner shot save, and it makes it that much easier for the follow-up.
The defense has been good from Liquid. It's been good from both teams off the kickoff. A little bit cleaner, meaning it on the pass. Here goes Noli, pressing forward, moving into the lane as a teammate for support. Guardian Angel flies through. More pressure for the moment. Chronic now gets his call. We'll have to work off of that back line to clear to the midfield. Liquid are certainly up.
Oh, he faked it.
Ato trying to work through the corner. Ball jets laterally for the moment before Chronic slows it down.
I'm trying to pay attention right now for those of you watching. In the upper left and upper right corners, you can see the boost meters. It's crucial for specifically Gen.G to remain in control of this boost in their own half. Liquid steals so much of it, constantly taking your corners, taking the midfield against Optic. Liquid stole almost double the boost against the green wall, and they want to set that same pace for Gen.G.
And once Gen.G members
I kind of hope
the play, they're looking for that
like, I like
pass
both
really
teams.
sharply inside the goal line. Liquid doing a nice job of remembering that cadence is there. That passing will be connected. If they don't step up and put a hand on. There's a demo.
It's a 1v1.
No,
Is he gonna get the ball?
in front, he will, but Atal fights through.
And Appjack flew by the ball right underneath it. Chronic. So many assists in this tournament alone. He wants to add to that tally. Look at the 50-50s from Noli. This man, every time he's behind the ball, has been winning challenges. And that's something that you have to take note of because of the domination Oski has shown. Look at this man keep going forward. And it has been a stalemate, all tied up. Approaching 30 seconds now. 1 goal needed for both sides.
Ato gets demoed solo chow after solo from Liquid. Pulling 2 defenders off on the play. Gen.G trying to stack, and Chronic escapes free. A foot race into the corner. Ato's gonna meet the challenge, and he'll bump him off, but not before Noli gets a shot. Hand up from Liquid.
Chronic didn't get a touch, which means it's going to bounce off the backboard. 10 seconds, and 2 players went back from Gen.G. A passive approach. It works out as a trap because Liquid just give it right back into the hands of Gen.G. Will this ball hit the ground? 0 seconds off the ceiling. Appjack, he opts to dribble it, and this could be the start of something crazy.
Still up for Liquid. Noli has to kill it. A Chronic towards the sidewall. Oski. Look for Ato.
He's got the reset.
Oh my goodness.
Denied. Into OT we go.
Our first golden goal in this match. It's Liquid who find the kickoff, but the possession to Gen.G. Chronic from the side wall. We've seen this before. And does he have it? Yes. But a big stop from Liquid to keep him at bay.
And Appjack had respected Chronic's air dribble, assuming he's going to get past 2 players. And speaking of Appjack, he just flew under the ball, which is immediately given away to Team Liquid. The OT, it started out rapid pace, quickly slowing down. Does Gen.G want to stabilize it? So what's he got in store? He's got a flip reset, but Appjack has it red.
Gen.G are so low in boost, they can't afford to lose the sidewall pressure anymore. Also, gonna try again.
What a
pass
pass
to Chronic. And it looked good for Liquid, but a better collapse from Gen G.
That looked like it was it, but Abject, somehow the vision from this man in OT, reading the future, finding the passing lanes, but you've got to get this ball out, relieve the pressure, because Liquid are swarming, and here comes Abject.
Abject's the only one with boost. He's been full tank for about 14 seconds. Everybody else hunting. Liquid understand the position they're in, and Gen G are just trying to survive on the orange half. Now they'll escape to the neutral zone. Chronic flips it around one. He's got Abject on the wing, looking for the pass, but a nice shot. Making more of an attempt there as a pop towards your teammate goes nowhere, and Atel will play it out before Oski gets the call.
An action-packed overtime as it keeps unfolding in front of us. Almost at the 2-minute mark. Atel wants to end it before we get there with a flip reset. 2 players on the backboard, of course. It's going to get saved. 5 shots for Team Liquid, make it 6 compared to Gen G's 8. And they're getting double demos. They're applying the pressure. Still not enough.
Call it lucky spawns, call it good defense. Gen G still find a way to survive. Abject downfield, the connection, the juggle. It's still alive for Gen G, but a huge stop from Oski to play it down low.
The pressure has to be there for Team Liquid. Every time this ball is in your own half, the crowd gets antsy, starts to feel something moving. Will it be a goal? Will it be a mistake? Will it be an overcommit? Abject chip over one of them. Oski, good speed. Not one team has faltered when it comes to the speed on defense.
Noli plays around 2.
2v1.
He's got Chronic in front. Yet
50.
again, Liquid stand up and get in front. A demo in the back line. Power play for the moment. Liquid need to have more up.
Demos.
Oski on the catch. Noli's gonna get there.
And this feels like a must-win for Liquid. Otherwise, you've got to get a reverse sweep against Gen G. You don't want to go down and face a match point already. One mistake is all it takes to end this overtime.
Chip touches towards the backboard. Dangerous clears as well. For Gen G, so much riding on this win, up 2-0 in the series. It would be massive, but for Liquid, hunting, trying to get this one even. They don't want to go down and force a reverse sweep. The crowd knows it. Abject with no boost. A miracle.
He's still got it out.
Only a Chronic in front, and Liquid deny yet again.
And the shots have been watered down from Gen G. Too weak to get through anything. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they got bullied in game 1. They're trying to bully Gen G. So many physical demos. They've got 7 in this game. Abject from the ceiling, doesn't land on it. A Chronic has space. Where's the challenge? It's Chronic up early. Give it right back to Noli. Nobody wants to make that mistake. You can see how passive these teams are, Spaceman.
And the rest of Liquid were sitting back. They were giving him that space to breathe, but it just meant the counterattack from Gen G would start a little bit earlier. Now it comes down to a timing issue. If Gen G can escape and play the 1-on-2, they have a chance. But Liquid, their defense has been so stout. Here's the touch towards the back post, but it's immediately off.
As the seconds keep rising, so does the emotion, the nerves out of both teams. You can feel how tense this overtime is. We've almost played an extra game of Rocket League, just a minute out, and a Chronic needs to get this touch, keeps it to himself, still a solo play.
Huge.
Not working out. Noli, it was huge, but nobody's on the other side. They don't want to get risky, Spaceman, in a pinch down to the other field.
And he's just disrupting the rotation. That's all Noli's job is, just to get in front and make it
Abject.
difficult. And Abject, the captain, finds a way, a will, and a win for Gen G.
The captain shoots, and he scores. What a pass out. Puts the power behind it, 84 miles per hour. And we've got ourselves a match point for Gen G.
And if you're taking a look at the face cams, Noli immediately leans over and says, calm down, everybody breathe. They understand the situation they're in. Up 2-0 against a mechanical demon in Liquid. They can't afford to give him any space. And with that win in OT, their chances to move on get a little bit brighter.
And Team Liquid, they have experience on this LAN stage. They have experience now against North America and beating North America even in this tournament alone. They can bounce back and download Gen G. They've had 2 games to try and dissect what exactly they're doing to dismantle their own defense. For the most part, it was better 50-50s, demo plays, everybody getting involved like we're used to seeing out of Gen G. And it feels very frustrating for Team Liquid. I've seen a lot of outlets that they're going for. They've been going for demos themselves, but I think the mechanics are lacking in this department for Liquid. We need to see something a bit more creative. Maybe one flip reset we get, but nothing as unique as the team plays from Gen G.
Well, when the overtime started coming down to a halt, what did Liquid decide to do? Pull 2 members back, keep 1 forward, try to play that one-on-one. Gen G matched them. They said, if you're going to play that game,
the same style,
we're going to do the same. And Gen G found so much space, collapsed on the sidewall, took away opportunities from Liquid, and they found a way to just will it forward, and they beat them down over time.
And at that point, it felt like who could get the better clear and who could actually find somebody who would be willing to go downfield. And in that last goal, it was Chronic. He pushed out. Abjack was lurking in the midfield. And Liquid are 1 game away from going home. Gen G, 1 game away from moving on. And you can hear the crowd, the love for Gen G to keep North America alive.
You're not going to get anything for free, Liquid. You will not be able to collect 200 and pass go. A toe upfield, looking for the pass. Connection still somehow fighting through the corner. Nobody's possession as Gen G finally get it back towards the blue side. Into the midfield we go, and a redirect from a Chronic will send it on its way.
Stealing boost hasn't worked. Getting demos hasn't worked. A toe, maybe it's the solo plays that works. Past 1, potentially past 2, and it's not enough to get past that man, Abjack.
The captain has stepped up in this series, denying so much from Liquid and showing out, but a pass off the backboard and immediately in front, Gen G destroyed.
This defense, lights out from Gen G. 0 mistakes. I'm barely seeing any double commits. Communication, perfect, and that has got to allude to what we've seen on stage, the composure. Noli telling them to calm down, keeping their nerves under control. And it's showing up. Another solo player. Chronic looks to get more and more creative every time he touches the ball. But the crack is not showing in the armor for Gen G.
And every time Liquid move up, they're getting met immediately by Gen G. They can't afford to escape upfield freely.
Oh no,
having to work overtime for touches.
Oh, and that was crazy. If you saw on the backboard of Chronic and Oski just went for a team bump, and we're kind of confused, and maybe that's a sign of where they're at right now, mentally, not sure how to space out with their own teammates. Things have to get organized. A good demo from a toe. It's wide open. Team Liquid, start us off.
They had to break down the 3-man push. They had to find a way to get out of this chokehold. That demo secures it as 2 commit upfield. And Liquid finally have a goal on the board and a lead in this series. I should say this game, but man, the reverse sweep would be something special for Gen G.
Oh, yes.
Just trying to close this one out.
And if you're a Liquid fan, you can only hope that they got their act together finally. Or have Gen G figured out a way to break through the defense yet again. Couple of good shots from the kickoff, but what an interception. Is this one free? Is it bouncing in front? It is, and a Chronic 2-0.
So far pushed up, and Liquid jumped the gun. They cut the lane, a huge read from a Chronic. And everybody else has to sit and watch. Liquid, very nice defensively, and the small adjustments going into Game 3 have paid off.
And maybe this scares Gen G. I mean, they were going for a pass in the midfield, trying to utilize each other. And if you get intercepted that easily, you might back down, and that's exactly what Team Liquid want to do. It trickles out, though. Abjack, immediate response.
I mean, you work so hard if you're Liquid, and then off the kickoff, yet again another chance where Gen G are capitalizing, and they run into each other, and Gen G recognize the mistake. For Liquid, you work so hard, you get so far, and you take 2 steps back.
Those are the mistakes that you cannot afford to make when Gen G is already on match point. Oski off the backboard. This could secure it, though. Forget about the mistake and move on. You've got the security back.
A toe was there, ready for the 50, and Liquid capitalized. A 2-goal lead. And signs of life finally. Yeah. Liquid look like Liquid.
And this might be the start for Team Liquid. Reverse sweeps. It's a best of 5, which has to favor them in this situation. Had we been on match point in a best of 7 for Gen G, I don't know if I'm trusting anything in Team Liquid to battle back and truly show up. But they've still got half the game to go.
And you're gonna have to worry about those infield passes close on that offensive third from Gen G. They love to cut into traffic and make it difficult to hit that read. Abjack's downfield, the rear rack off the crossbar. Here comes Chronic, back to the midfield. Patel tried his own, and Abjack was like, all right, I'll take it back.
That was a dangerous shot from Abjack. Scary stuff. You can't even imagine what would happen with this crowd if that one went in, as he's looking for a demo play. And so look at the read. I mean, these interceptions. Team Liquid are analyzing this play, and their vision has stepped up tenfold, it feels like.
They know exactly what Gen G are trying to execute, and Liquid are making them pay for it. Nothing for free. Through the midfield, Noli trying to get around a toe. He's got Appjack in the wing, 1v1. Appjack is low, bully your way in, big man. He can't do it, and back out our Liquid.
And he wanted the safe play, just looking to force a 50-50 and hope maybe a second man was hiding behind him, lurking in the shadows. But they don't want to risk anything, and that's what I talked about earlier. You see Appjack up for a solo play. Every single time they've gone for that midfield pass outlet, they've been getting intercepted. Maybe Gen G's confidence has been deflated a little bit.
Liquid just aren't finding these clears. Gen G are so pushed up time and time again, holding on to possession and trying left and right for different looks. The spacing for them, but a Chronic towards the backboard will get possession right back to Gen G. Now we get into interesting territory. With 60 seconds to play, just trying to kill time, but Gen G have to start to make their push and find one another if they want to make this realistic.
And at this point, if your confidence has been dwindling away, it doesn't matter. You're in the final minute. You have to send the whole fleet. Everybody pushes forward. All three members have to take risky rotations, extend out. Something is needed for Gen G, or else the first step in this reverse sweep will be taken by Team Liquid.
Half a minute to go. It's up to a Chronic. There's the pass to Appjack.
Not fast enough.
To the midfield, Noli was ready, but gets bumped by
nice.
There's the miss. Here comes a toe. Right on target. Big save from Gen G.
And a rough showing from Chronic in the midfield. Didn't find the touch. A toe wants to extend the lead. Tried to land under it. Bit of a pogo. Didn't work out. Oski still killing time. 3 seconds remaining. And Team Liquid have got their first game in this best of 5.
I know Noli was the one saying calm down, but I think Liquid heard those comms as well. They're trying to take a breather.
Yeah.
And remember that this is only 5 games. It's still doable, one at a time, and we get ourselves to Coliseum, where Liquid have a chance to send it on its way.
Team Liquid. It takes a lot of courage to bounce back like that and to show up after not only getting destroyed in game 1, but you came so close in game 2. Those are 2 opposite sides of tilting. One is being so close to tasting the victory. Meanwhile, the other, there's not even a chance. And yet in game 3, they are resilient, relentless on the pitch, not giving up.
And those micro adjustments defensively from Liquid have paid off. They're getting in front of the passes from Gen G. They're not allowing Chronic to go up individually. They're keeping Noli at bay. That off-ball offense that he was doing so well at in game 1, in game 2.
Yes.
He's been non-existent. It's not a negative for him, but it's promise and positives for Liquid. The fact that they've shut him down. And look at how the offense has responded for Gen G.
AJ, we're going to a land.
They're struggling to find one another.
And you're right, the true indicator for Team Liquid, for me in my brain, is that interception out of a Chronic with the passing play from Gen G. Being able to shut them down in their element, passing between each other, that's a big statement. And it might just read that Team Liquid are hungry and ready to pull off the reverse sweep, but they've got 2 more games to go. And through the kickoff, they start out with some pressure.
Got to be worried about those sharpshooters from the elbow. They can pull up from anywhere and get deadly. As Appjack plays it to himself, there's the bump to clear the back lane. Nicely done by Liquid to immediately stop the pressure.
But he just bullied out the way. Chronic got sucker punched in the face as he's trying to take the shot. It's got to be so frustrating. You're right there, so close with an opportunity. Noli wants to make another opportunity. Early use of the flip, and Appjack stuck in the midfield, pinch across. What's going to happen to Gen G? Can they shake off that earlier loss in game number 3?
Just as Liquid have made small adjustments, now it's up to Gen G to do the same. On the other side of the field, Chronic is working towards the backboard. And apparently Jack will have a Chronic to worry about as they fight for possession through the corner.
Not seeing the best mechanics out of Gen G either. Game 1 and 2 looked like they were some of the best 1v1 players in the world, and now a couple of uncharacteristic whiffs on the ball, not getting the first touch. I even remember in the last game as we just unwinded in the final minute. Chronic couldn't get the touch he wanted. That's trickled into game number 4.
2 members pushing. Liquid have some. But apparently Jack has cut down so many of these shots. The opportunities just haven't been there
What's
for
up,
Liquid on the
Tom?
other
Welcome
side.
to the stream.
Game 3 was the biggest
Good
stretch.
day.
It's been all of Gen G. Both defenses really stepping up in this series at the biggest time.
And it looks very panicked from Gen G with that double commit off the backboard. Lato, good 50, forced in front of the net. Pressure is applied. And also the follow-up, a Chronic. He sees the mistake, understands that Noli can't get behind the ball. He doesn't have enough boost. And this is exactly what we saw against the Optic. No boost to go around for the defense.
Well, that win from Lato just forced Noli to have to restabilize and turn his car upright, burning all the boost he had as a reserve. Yeah. And it allowed Liquid to find that space where a Chronic can do a Chronic things. And off the kickoff for Liquid. They are just 3 minutes away from Champions Field. The captain for Gen G trying to get the offense started for Gen G.
I'm doing
this
a
hurts
RLCS watch party.
for Gen G. I mean, I really think it's going to come down to transitioning as quickly as possible. If Liquid start to set up that camp in your own half, stealing boost, we're going to see the same mistake that we got out of Noli. And you can't even really call it a mistake. He was just forced into an uncomfortable situation, had to make a call. 0 boost to his name. Chronic does get a demo, though.
Yeah, there we go.
And early transitions like this are needed.
I can play Rocket League at the same time.
Gen G are 3-20 when conceding an opening goal during the spring split. That might tell you everything you need to know right now. As Liquid trying to add to that stat and pad it on. Through the corners, yet again, it's been those long clears and a consistent one from Liquid. They haven't had a lot of trouble finding those long booming balls. That's been really the difference maker in this series. They have so much space upfield to get creative, to let the mechanics flourish, and force Gen G to make a stop.
And I think all the fans of Gen G are going to put up the Abjack symbol in the sky to try and light the way. Call for the captain to start to make some plays. He tied the record for the most goals in a game on LAN with the 5th goal in game number 1. But he hasn't been as loud in the following games. Can he show up yet again?
Gen G have been pushed the distance this weekend. Took down Crew in 4, escaped Space Station in 5, and now trying to avoid Champions Field against Liquid. The slow play from the Chronic. Oski gets murdered on the goal line. Pushed out.
Abjack.
And Abjack trying to win a 50 to get his boys upfield.
And it's really a balancing act for Team Liquid. I mean, how do you take the boost, hold possession, without diving into early on challenges like that for Chronic? You have to find the perfect middle ground. And Ato wants to find the perfect flip reset. Chronic still behind the ball. Things have slowed down, and it's perfect for Liquid. Approaching game number 5.
It is relentless from Liquid. Gen G just trying to escape, collect their bearings back into midfield, but a Chronic yet again cuts the play down quickly. Here comes Oski towards the ceiling. Pops it high for himself. Chronic will slow. And a huge 50 on the clear. That one's going to be wide, but it gives them signs of life for Gen G. They can breathe for the moment.
And the Chronic has to dodge the corner boost, but it's fine because he'll pick up the other side. Oski trailing behind the ball. Passive approach out of Liquid, but a better read from a Chronic, even if you're playing more passive. Ato looks like a free net to shoot at as the defense of Gen G wanted to take the risk.
They take the ball away so quickly at midfield, and Gen G is all the way pushed up. All 3 members are overcommitting.
And that started with the Chronic. He was so late to that challenge, but he read where Chronic wanted to go on the air dribble. And we have got ourselves a ball game. This looks like it's going to trickle into game number 5. 30 seconds. Scoreless from Gen G. Are we heading to Champions Field?
It's on the precipice, and 2 unanswered from Liquid would certainly say so. Time continues to dwindle away. Maybe 1 for the road, but Liquid have said enough, and they've been loud about it. They have matched the pressure in midfield. They've taken away opportunities from Gen G. They've shut down the counterattacks. They've moved into the offensive third and put the pressure on Gen G's head. We are headed to game 5, and a reverse sweep is in the table.
Champions Field. Here we go. Team Liquid. They want the reverse sweep. They want to be the villains of North America and send them home, eliminating everybody from that region in this tournament. 1 more game to go.
Chronic is the only American player left in this tournament.
That's it.
For North America, your hopes are leaning on him.
This is it.
And
5 minutes
on the shoulder of Gen G.
Everybody right now in the Boston Arena who favors Gen G, and it's a lot of people. They've been getting loud for Gen G. They are trembling because you see what Team Liquid are capable of. You see the snowball movement. But Gen G feed off of the energy. They have been clutch in these situations before.
Oh, thank you, Touch. Thank you.
It's got to be
Dude, we're almost like so
annoying
close to
as ever
500
for Gen G to play against Liquid, because it's not the mechanics of Liquid that have stepped up, it's the relentlessness. It's the constant pressure that Liquid are applying. It's not pretty. It just gets the job done. And how difficult is it when you have a crowd like this against you, as Liquid have stood up, but Gen G need to hear every single decibel.
Look at the noise.
Thank you for saying. Thank you for saying.
People yelling, people screaming. They know what's on the line. Everybody came out to Boston to see Rocket League matches like this. And we head into Champions Field.
1 5-minute match to decide it all. Loser goes home. Winner keeps fighting. Noli off the kickoff, almost into the goal, but Chronic is there. Numbers are up for Gen G, trying their best off of it to keep this one moving, but my goodness, early start and early pressure.
And how crucial is it for Gen G to get on the board first in games 1 and 2? Right off that kickoff, firing from every angle they possibly could, put a goal in, and that's what helped them get the win and secure match point. Haven't seen the same ferocity. Abjack, crossbarring out, a toe keeps it, and it's still back in the midfield. Noli secures.
Talk your talk, Abjack. Chronic centers, Noli finishes. Gen G get on the board.
There's that hot start.
Wow.
Same thing that happened in game number 1 and game number 2. The only difference is this is Champions Field. Forget about the past. Forget about the history of the series. This is where you start new trends. And Team Liquid, they've got what it takes, Spaceman.
This is where you see who's clutch and who isn't, who's meant to make the run, and who only comes to punch their ticket here. A minute burned in game 5. Gen G find the opening push, and the points to follow.
Abjack's looking for a bump.
And he finds one as well, but Chronic couldn't get up, and it was a beautiful touch from Oski to get it away.
That wasn't even the touch that Oski needed to hit. It wasn't his turn to go in rotation, but he saw the bump attempt from Abjack and bailed out his teammate. That's the defense that's kept them alive, kept them within 1 now. But how long will they survive? Noli wanted to get it done.
Who do you guys want to
Early
win this
challenge
game,
from Chronic.
guys?
Look at the midfield speed. Gen G have evolved in game 5.
And a toe peeled off. He was getting midfield boost, so the resources in the backline will be here for Liquid. Now it comes down to just skating alongside Abjack, trying to hold this possession and allow for your offense to push up. You got a Chronic there, waiting for the pass. Nice recognition by Gen G to cut it down in the corner.
Noli wants to connect with Chronic, and what a clear. It's moments like that that will separate these two teams. Being able to waste a few seconds, let your teammates get boost. Huge 50 win from Chronic, as now they've got to recover yet again. Crossbarring out,
What's up,
missed opportunity.
Scaz?
Team Liquid patiently waiting for one setup that could change the tides.
Fighting through so many touches and big 50 wins. Oski plays it back.
Got a dribble.
And Chronic leaves it on a flip, was looking for the pass to his teammate, but it just wasn't there.
This is a slow backboard defense, but Noli, thankfully in the right position. Abjack just booming this from the backboard. I'd like to see him dribble a little bit more.
And look how quickly these clears are getting out for Gen G. They're meeting the ball in the backboard, immediately punching downfield. What worked in game 1 and 2 is back in full form, and it's up to Liquid to respond. Chronic trying to bully his way through, held the reset for as long as possible, but Gen G
back
picked
to
it
the
up.
field. That was it, a toe. What was the shot? And here comes Gen G, 1v1. A Chronic races back, and the hustle is there. It could have been the extension of their lead. Still within 1.
Coast to coast and post to post. Gen G stand up, but Liquid do as well. Just as tall. Abjack, the captain, following through. Numbers in the back line. Noli will get boost or play around it. Times it perfectly. Abjack trying to rotate through the midfield. Chronic gets pulled off the play. He's going to have to play towards the side.
Alright guys, if you guys guessed the correct winner of this series,
but that's a
you guys
huge
get
clear
50
from Gen G.
points on the
These
spot.
reads out of Gen G, clearing it all the way down the other side. It's not only relieving pressure, it's wasting time. Abjack wasting no time to put that shot on target. Saved out. One player's back. Nobody's actually there. And it's going to be Chronic. 2-0.
Stand tall for your team. Stand taller for your country. Chronic, in the biggest moment, gives them a 2-0 lead.
1:40 to go. A Chronic was racing back. He did it before. He got there in time for the counterattack. But the second time, he's not going to be successful. security gained for Gen G. The crowd is loving it. Team Liquid aren't. 1:28 to go.
Yo, Skaz, we gotta hop on that freeze screen.
If Liquid can't find a way to break out, Chronic starting to feel himself right now in that offensive third as Atal leaves it. A Chronic, what a ridiculous touch. That goal through the corner. Here comes Oski doing his best to keep Liquid involved, but it's been constant pressure and takeaways. These contests from Gen G are so difficult to work through. No matter what you have, if you're Liquid, there's always an answer.
This is where heroes are born. Team Liquid. All 3 players in the spring split have had highlight moments. Anybody can step up, but they need to do it now. Tournament life on the line. Gen G, 2-goal lead. Maybe a third one if Chronic can put it on target. It was, and it's so awkward for Team Liquid.
Double commit up
Your
midfield.
Dr. D
Oh,
is
they
somewhere.
get burned. Can they get back in time? Yes, they will. Here comes Liquid. Big save from Chronic.
30
Standing
seconds.
strong on defense. And here we go. The final 30. It all comes down to this for Liquid.
They need something. This has to be a goal. It feels crucial for Team Liquid. And immediately denied. One more time. There's still a chance. A Chronic saves his flip back to the midfield, and it's read again by Chronic. But here we go. One shot, one goal. Team Liquid still in it.
All it takes is 1 second. As James Bond once said, it's not over until the clock hits 0 and that ball touches the ground. 11 seconds to go. Liquid pulling out all of the cards, pushing it towards center table. Now is the time to answer the call.
This could be a disaster. Let's see what happens off the kickoff of Chronic. Good speed. He wins the challenge. 6 seconds to go. Ato raised the play from the backboard, but Noli booming clear down the other end. One more chance.
Does he have enough? Oski trying to end it here.
Oh no.
To OT.
Noli.
It's still alive, but Gen G looking for the kill. The dagger into
No! No!
Of course they find it. Why wouldn't they? Chronic, North America's last hope, and Gen G finally get what they wanted.
The dream is still alive for North America. Hugs all around. Clutch plays, clutch factors. Everything in this was unparalleled for Gen G in Game 5. And my word, Spaceman, Liquid have been knocked out. A team that was favored to win it all.
We are going to do some threes for a little bit until next game starts. Dude, that was crazy, dude. How you guys doing, AJ? How is Skaz and AJ doing right now? What's up, Sid? What's good, man? I know, dude. I'm trying to hit it, Sid. I'm trying to hit this stream. I think my team sucks. get it cleared up. That's a good save right now. If we have 500 this stream, I'll do a 500 credit giveaway. Shine bright in a light, you and I, beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, so beautiful like diamonds in the sky. What's up, Uncensor? We are waiting for the next RLCS game to start. Yeah, Jinji. He's doing pretty good, but should I do 2s or 1s? You guys want to see? You guys want to see me do, guys? This is more like it, man. That stiffness is crazy though. Oh, 250s, perfect. Yo, on Tenter, why do I keep getting my my evolve thing removed? I know. Go on. Now we're here at that. Go on.
And it's back to the garage.
Alright, looks like it's time back for rlcs.
Everything will be okay. Move. Okay. Move. Okay. Move. Another week or will be not.
The Blue Walls in the house, and they are ready for the appearance of their team Vatira in the game. Trying to stay alive in the upper bracket. Haven't seen them play in like, I don't know, 3 years at this point. Feels like how long we've been in that lower bracket, Gibbs.
It's been a while. It's been a while for both of these squads, so we'll see how the scrims went, obviously, yesterday to regroup after their 2-0 first day. But K-Corp, obviously, huge favorites coming in. Moist was the 5th seed in Europe, and everyone said there's 2 tiers to Europe. It was 1 through 4 with Liquid in there. Now they're gone. But Moist, they're still here at number 5, you know, tier 2 Europe, but they're performing exceptionally well.
Cole, welcome to the desk, by the way. First
Thank
time
you.
in 3
It's
days.
the first time I've been here since the opening pre-show. Now I've got 5,000 more friends, which is lovely.
Yes.
So hello, everybody. It's a lot better now, a lot more full, so I'm having a good time.
They're all chewing on their snacks right now.
Okay,
So
well,
they,
yeah,
they heard you there. They were like,
they're
like, he's
Cole's
European.
Great. He's great. He is, folks. Let's take a look at the bracket, folks. For the first time in a long time, that upper bracket is going to be relevant again. We have
That's right.
6 matches we're playing today. We're through 2 of them. The lower quarterfinals are waiting on the results of these next two matches. And again, we're playing best of sevens now, Bates.
Best of sevens indeed. Gibbs, it's interesting that you bring up that Moist is the number 5 seed coming out of EU. I believe they were also the number 5 seed at the Fall Major when they played Carmine. Carmine was the first seed, though. They switched up a little bit, but Moist, they've proven to be really good underdogs.
We'll see Vitality versus BDS in a little bit, but for now, it's time for the blue on blue Carmine Core. The blue wall going up against Charlie and Moist here. I am excited to see this matchup, a rematch from Fall.
Winter Major champions in K-Corp. Fall Major finalists in Moist. The accolades are